rappers. If I send the dressers, they gon' come and stretch.
What it is, it's your boys Deuce, Teddy, and LaQuell reporting with the facts, opinions, and BS straight from the top of the key. What's good? What's good?
What's up, fellas?
What's up?
Me. Shout out to them Kansas City Chiefs. My boys did it, but
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Pat Mahomes, man. Gonna have to talk about him.
hey, get that man an Oscar.
Hey.
Give him an Oscar, putting on that award-winning performance, hobbling and shit. Bro, I'm talking about. Look, hey, bro, just get tackled, bro. We don't need none of the extra stuff, bro. Man. But all right, that's enough about the football. Let's get to the real deal.
All right, y'all. Let's get to some of this trade talk. Start this.
Let's get in that trade talk. Let's get in that trade talk.
How was the West so active in the early East made moves on the deadline this past week? Why the West do all the work in the East and do nothing?
Queer.
I think the teams in the West felt the same way I've been feeling the last few podcasts. Ain't nobody looking like a world beater over in the West as much as you see those top two teams in the East look like world beaters. They look like the two teams that for sure are going to be coming out of the East. You know, you got Philly that look good, but we know the two teams, Boston and Bucks, that look like they the most solid. They've been together the longest. They've been playing at this level longer than any other team in the NBA. So in the West, all the teams like, man, this shit up for grabs. So all the teams in the West that needed to make moves and needed to really start putting something solid together, all of them started, hey, they got the percolate, bro. That's it.
Okay. What you think, Ted?
Couple of things. What he said, can kind of agree with. Another thing, people tired of the Warriors winning. You got to make moves. You got to do something to take the Warriors off their high horse, because regardless if they in the 8th seed or if they in the 1st seed, if they get into the playoffs, it's a whole nother story. So you get them down, you got to keep them down. They a dangerous team. They still the best shooting team in the NBA by far. They got 5-6 people that can knock that shot down. Yeah, we're gonna do something so they don't win no more. It's a new sheriff in town, and they tired of the Warriors winning. They trying to put an end to that reign. That's what they trying to do. They don't want Luka and company to make it. They dang sure don't want Ja and them Roddy Piper boys to win it too. So everybody gonna do what they got to do. Get championship out. That's where all the noise is, for real. It's trying to come out of the West because, I mean, looking at it, you come out of the West, you're most likely going to win a championship. You could beat the best teams in the West, chances of you winning the championship mighty high.
I mean, really, other than the Warriors, you got the East, you got the Cavaliers, you got the Raptors, you got the Bucks. So ain't nobody in the West done nothing except the Warriors. But if the Warriors is your motivation to do what you're doing, you're wrong. Because teams been doing this since the Warriors been up top. You had the big three on the Thunder. You had Harden with multiple world-class centers and guards next to him. You had, the Pelicans when they had, DeMarcus Cousins and Rondo. They done seen so many talents, so many people try to put the teams together. You had the Cavaliers. And you could just keep going. You just had the Celtics who came up together. So many teams, bro, when they making these moves and doing all this other stuff, at the end of the day, you ain't got the long. Ain't nobody been together than the core of the Warriors, longer than the core of the Warriors. And that's what's going to top a lot of people because they're more than experienced. More than experienced. You got one loss to LeBron James and them Cavaliers, right? And you can tally that to that Draymond ejection, that suspension. Even Richard Jefferson, RJ said it. He like, bro, I'm be honest with you. I was on the Cavaliers. We weren't winning that if that ain't happened. Now we all know we can't be for certain, but we could be pretty damn sure. Then we turn around and we lose to the Raptors, and we all know that story. We all know that story. So if you looking at the Warriors, who are homebred, they for the most that core came up together. If that's your motivation, you're wrong because you lacking the things that they have. You may have the talent. You may have the trajectory based on the numbers on paper, but you don't have the chemistry. You don't have the connection. You don't have the camaraderie because you got to know how to overcome things when y'all not getting along. You got to know how to overcome things when certain people ain't having good games. You got to know how to overcome things when certain people not available. So I'm looking at that like, look, hey, the West is doing it. But then you go to the East. For the most part, most of the East teams was on the butt end of a trade facilitated by the West, like the Hawks, the Nets. You know, they were on the butt end, the Pistons. But then you got the Celtics and the Bucks. They didn't really make any moves. The Bucks made one subtle move, and that subtle move is nice. But they're legit. They solid. They understand the formula. The formula is us. It's not them coming to us. So I think that's what you're gonna see. So I think the East is saying, for the most part, them teams that Quell was alluding to, and he blatantly said it like them the two world-class teams right there. When you look and say they look like championship teams, they recognize that, and that's dangerous. That's why they weren't moving. They know.
It's because they been there and achieved it before, so they know what it takes.
Well, the Celtics hasn't achieved a championship like the Bucks.
Not achieved a championship, but getting to the finals.
To the finals, yeah.
The Bucks and the Celtics have been to the finals. They ain't got to make many pieces. They just got to keep doing what they're doing.
Yeah.
So in the West, you got to do something. You never going to have that time that the Warriors had to get. You never going to have that draft class that the Warriors had to get. You got to do something now.
Look, bro, I told the West, when we were in shambles, this is your time. D-Lil, this is your time. CP3, this is your time. JT, this is your time. I knew we was bouncing back. So the clowns that was laughing while we was down, you was stupid if you didn't think we were bouncing back. And we back. So guess what? It's our time now. Make whatever plays you're gonna make. It's our time. Because every time we didn't went to the playoffs, we ended up in the finals. That's all that matters. We done ended up in the finals.
We have.
I also think the West is they going off of each other too. They see teams in the West making moves, so they trying to make moves to counteract the moves that the people in the West making.
I mean, if you think about that Nets trade involving KD and Kyrie, it made zero sense for Kyrie to go to the Suns unless the Suns were sending CP3 somewhere. It would make zero sense to have Kyrie and CP3 on the same team. It makes more sense to have KD on that team. And I think that's why they did what they did.
Did the Suns have the best record in the NBA last year?
Yep. No. Yes. It was the Suns. It was the Grizzlies. And then it was the Warriors at 3. Yep. And then 4 was the Dallas.
Well, now you should have knew KD was going there.
That boy dropped some sauce in that one. Salt, baby. Okay. So, y'all heard Westbrook. We've been talking offline and online about Westbrook being on the Jazz. Do you think he right now he is mulling a trade? Do you think he should stay on the Jazz, or do you think he should push for this trade? Because I hear word is Morris and Paul George are pushing for Westbrook to come to the Clippers. Pushing for him to come to the Clippers. So if you Westbrook, what are you trying to do?
On Westbrook, the Clippers seem like more of a playoff now team. To be on. The Clippers seem like more of a we ready to if we gonna make some noise in the West, this is more of the team that can make noise in the West right now, as the Jazz may have a year or so before they can really carry on. If I'm Westbrook, either one is pretty much, if we get to the playoffs, we can make something happen.
Yeah.
But as a vet in the NBA, I'm gonna rock with, they rock with the vets. So
You going where the money is?
At this stage of his career,
I mean, you got to
pretty
think
much.
he can't get traded. It's past the trade deadline, so it will be via a buyout. So he had a buyout, he gonna get paid.
It's
And then he gonna get a secondary contract.
Yeah, wherever you get the most money at. The Lakers paid you stupid amount of money. Now it's at a point now.
But he gonna get most of that money through that buyout.
Yeah, now it's to the point where you sign where you gonna get the most money. Because at the end of the day, Westbrook gonna be Westbrook. Westbrook going to the Hall of Fame. Westbrook is that guy, whether he win a championship or not. He always gonna be remembered in basketball. His legacy is already stated.
But you got to think, where can Westbrook be Westbrook? I don't know if he can be Westbrook on the Clippers. And if I'm Westbrook, do I want to go and join forces with Paul George after you left me on stuck?
But also, like,
money.
Is it money? If I didn't make all
that's a family man
throughout my career, am I really chasing another check right now?
Yes.
Because, like you said, everything is stable. But as a hooper, as just a pure hooper, these last 2 years then left a bad taste in my mouth.
Mm-hmm.
His style of play, he ain't got much.
His style of play will be
he can't do it
functional
forever
on the Jazz, because on the Clippers, you just seen what it was like having two pieces above you. Paul George and put everybody on notice. This is Kawhi's team, a guy that's going to be there for about 40 to 50% of the games. This is his team.
Right.
And the second option, Paul George. The way Norman Powell playing, he trying to say, hey, I'm the third option. So Westbrook going to kind of be in that same similarity back in LA. I don't think that's the home for him. But if you on the Jazz,
the only benefit of him being in the Clippers is that he's at home, literally.
Yeah.
Back in his home city. But
look, Westbrook, I say stay with the Jazz, bro. You got a lot of potential with the Jazz. And you got players on that team who you know gonna play night in and night out. On the Clippers, you don't know. You don't know. So
get paid, buddy.
You already been paid.
Get paid. Maintain that lifestyle.
Try to regain that status you had.
Yeah. I think that's what mattered more to him than the money.
Yeah, try to regain that status.
His
Trying to put some respect on you.
The Rockets, the Wizards, the Lakers, everybody can pay him. At some point, it's like, bro, y'all keep moving me around like I'm not Westbrook.
Take care of them wife and children.
What about GP2? What you got?
Yeah. Is he damaged goods? He like a bent canned good that's sitting in the back of the aisle? Like,
so
what is he?
Right before we got on, they put out there that the Warriors are pushing through with the trade. So everything's good. However, there may be an investigation on Portland's end, which could void some of their draft picks, and they'll be fine if the investigation is concluded with evidence stating that they withheld information. And the thing that's kind of like weird to me is because this is the same abdominal injury that he had. He's recovering from the surgery that's had him out for 30 plus games in Portland. Then he came back and played. And then you seen him play against the Warriors. So he was playing, but so it's like kind of weird. He was playing, but he couldn't clear the physical. So I don't know. Maybe he was lying.
That might be pressure from Portland to play though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Pressure from Portland to play, because
I mean, it could have been word that
trading you.
I'm gonna say it could have been word. He could have known like the Warriors trying to shit. I go back to the Warriors, man. We ain't finna do shit in Portland.
I feel that, but you gotta physically be.
No, that's what I'm saying. I think GP, like, if he caught wind the Warriors would try to get him, I'm gonna play these games to make it look like I'm good, just so I can get back to the Warriors. Because you seen he set out with the elbow injury, and he came and played like a game or two that was pivotal, and he a champion. So he said, I can sit out for the rest of it because they say he's going to miss a significant part of the season. So I think they're fine with that because we got a Dante DiVincenzo. So it's not really necessary for him to come back right now. We got somebody that play that role. So I'm happy that they decided to push through. Happy that everybody was able to go because the issue was you couldn't backtrack or swap out or squash any of the other transactions in that trade because it was past the deadline. So it was really the Warriors were just stuck. Like, hey, you can't get back the pieces you traded. So, yeah. But I'm happy to have him back. So I wish him a speedy recovery and he come back and do damage on that team. What we got next?
Should the Warriors have traded Wiseman for a big man?
What you think, Teddy?
Sure, of course. Why not? You got the best player in the West, arguably in the NBA, being a big man. You know, that's going to be a threat. Nobody on the Warriors can really stop him, even though y'all don't really need to. You just got to stop everybody else. Somebody to give Jokic a problem, you know, it's a possibility Lakers get one of them play-in spots. And if y'all in a play-in spot, somebody to give AD a problem if he plays. You know, who knows with AD. You know, just having a big, not necessarily to give you no more than 20, 25 minutes, but somebody that's solid that can give the bigs in the West a problem.
Yeah.
It would be nice. Like, y'all got guards for days. Y'all got solid wings for days. Y'all got athleticism. Y'all got shooters. Y'all got defenders. You know, but one thing, I mean, yeah, y'all won championships without it, so it makes sense. But I would say, yeah, at least they have one solid.
But on many of those championship teams, you had players like JaVale McGee or the ones that got more minutes like Zaza or what was the other big buddy name?
Andrew Bogut.
Bogut. You had players, you know, Festus Ezeli. We had him. Granted, he wasn't 7 foot, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, we had, you know, Mo Spates. He wasn't 7 foot either, but we've had bigs that were involved. So Kevon Looney kind of playing a role that all of them pieces played collectively. But I would have liked to see, because we kept mentioning we wanted size, and I'm like, well, we got size, we just need to play him. So I would have liked to see Wiseman go somewhere. Like, we could have tried to facilitate a Wiseman for Pirtle trade. I kept hearing that. Like, I feel like we could have done something like that where Pirtle ain't really trying to look to be too much in your offensive rotation as far as like scoring and stuff like that. So and then you send him to a team. I don't really see how he gets minutes on the Pistons, because you got the young rookie Doran. You got Isaiah.
That ain't y'all problem, though.
I'm just saying, as far as his potential, his development, his opportunity. But I would have liked to see us get some big. I heard Serge Ibaka, potential buyout. If that's the case, we definitely need to jump and get Serge Ibaka just so we can have a valuable backup for Kevon Looney. That's what I think. And he can stretch the floor and shoot, and he can block shots. You know, he athletic. So I say we still got it. We still got the ability to make those moves. So let's do that.
It would have been nice, even though we never really needed a center. We needed a center that rebounds the ball. It was nice when we had JaVale to rebound the ball. JaVale wasn't leading in the block category. It wasn't like he deferred a lot of shots. Andrew Bogut deferred shots, but it's not like our center position is a pivotal position in our lineup. It's a needed position because it's a needed position in the NBA. So always having someone solid, Andrew Bogut, JaVale McGee, Festus Ezeli, Mo Spates. He's a lot of backup centers. Andrew Bogut was drafted high. He's a great center, but he's Andrew Bogut. He's not Joel. He's not Jokic. These are backup centers. He's not even Vucevic. You know what I'm saying? These players aren't Valanciunas. They're not doing what these other players can do. So our center role has been a needed or necessity role. We need you to go out there and do X, Y, Z good. Set picks good. Rebound well.
Bro,
position. That would have been
imagine back when Al Horford was on the Thunder and he wasn't playing. Imagine if we'd have got him.
yeah, back to back. He's
That boy
you can play
crazy.
him and Draymond together same time, literally all the time.
And Al Horford be about that action too.
Yeah,
He ain't backing down.
dunk on you, he old.
I'm gonna talk that talk too. All right, let's see what else we got. So you hear Reggie Jackson. He's headed to the Denver Nuggets via a buyout with Charlotte. Like I said, him going to Charlotte didn't make any sense to me. So now he's going to the Nuggets, which
since they got rid of Bones, that'll be
good.
Good.
Him going to the Nuggets is good. Him going to the Nuggets is
that's your
that's
third,
a good move.
fourth option in the playoffs. Reggie Jackson is a beast in the playoffs. That man shows up in the playoffs, and that man puts up buckets. He, in the playoffs, can get you a solid 15, 20 points. He ain't scared to take the shot either because he got that experience and he had no choice. With PG and Kawhi sitting on the bench in street clothes, he had no choice but to be that guy. So he ain't scared to take that shot. And then you got Jokic setting him up. Because Jokic makes everybody around him better. Yeah. You got Jokic setting him up with a nice little pop. Please, this is good. It's good for the. I
like that move. That move makes sense. Go back up Jamal Murray. That move makes sense.
Yeah.
So let's see. Danny Green headed to the Cleveland Cavaliers via buyout with the Houston Rockets.
Still relevant?
No. So I don't really see.
Relevant? Why
I mean, if he can come in, and be a shooter, then cool. But he ain't been healthy this season. And I've said for years, even when he was on the down Spurs, the moment he put the ball on the floor, that's an automatic turnover. That boy, he's a straight shooter. Can't do nothing else. So
I'm saying, is he even relevant? No shade or nothing like that to the guy. It's just like, what is this?
Yeah.
Why is this news?
Next, you got Terrence Ross heading to the Phoenix Suns via a buyout with the Orlando Magic.
That opens up some shooting for him too.
But same thing. Is he relevant?
It's not, but because they talk about how the starters, they ain't got no bench now.
Yeah.
They try to talk out of Suns. That adds a little shooting to your secondary or whatever. So
yeah, because they lost Sarge, Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, and Jay Crowder.
That ain't a Cam Johnson when it comes to shooting, but it gives you something because they so top heavy. You need something on the bench because, like I said, the best teams are going to have a solid 8 or 9 people that can go. Yeah. They need somebody that can come off the bench like KD. KD and CP can't play 40 minutes.
All right. So the last of the buyouts. Pat Bev is planning on doing.
I just read that man got
Magic.
dropped.
Yeah. They waived him. I think they waived him.
Why they do that? See, that's what I'm saying. It's so disrespectful.
But I think somebody gonna pick him up. Don't be shocked if
he gonna
don't
pass
be
the ball
shocked
to
if
the
Lakers
Howard.
pick him up again. Because we seen the Lakers trade Horton Taylor. Horton, what's his name?
Tucker Taylor.
Yeah, him. Trade him, Taylor Horton Tucker. They traded him, and then he got dropped, and they went back and picked him up. So don't be shocked. Don't be shocked.
It'd be nice to see him and D'Lo back together. That'll make night, but I see that man passing the ball.
And if they did get them together, there would be D'Lo, Pat Bev, Malik Beasley, and Vanderbilt. All damn Timberwolves players. All right.
Playoff team.
Last thing when we talk about this trade talk. The Lakers potentially, haven't made the best decisions in this on this trade deadline, got some of the best acquisitions. Is it too late for them to make a playoff push?
Not in the West.
Not in the West?
Because teams 3 through 12 is all within 3 games of each other or something. So it's not impossible. They have to win, and they have to win consistently. You can't win one, lose one, win one, lose one. You have to put a streak together and get some wins. They got a solid win versus the Warriors. You take without LeBron, so you take that momentum, and you got to keep winning. Like, you cannot lose. You don't have games to give up. You have to get a streak going. Yeah, I got to start playing together. So it's not impossible.
Yeah, I believe they can. I believe they can because even if they fall between that 10 and 6 spot where they end up playing, you got to play LeBron, AD, Russell, Mobile. You got to play a team that'll have better players than what you've seen.
Not Russell.
D'Angelo. So they'll have all of those players put on the floor now. And if you come playoffs with the next,
that's dangerous because that's just one game. They can beat
24 games. You got 24 games left where they get to actually hopefully play together without LeBron sitting out just resting for resting. Without players sitting out, you got 24 games. Y'all can get a good 20-22 together.
That ain't happening.
Walk into a play-in game where y'all might be able to beat a team and get in the playoffs, and that's scary.
Me personally, I think it's too late for them. It's too late because you got LeBron sitting these games. You beat a Warriors team like that. Yeah, they didn't have LeBron, but the Warriors ain't have Steph Curry. When you look at these games, if that's another team, that other team beats the Lakers. The reason being, the Warriors beat themselves night in and night out. They see they down by 3. All they going to do is shoot threes. They're not going to try to do anything else. A lot of these teams are not settling for 9, 10 free throws in a game. Think about it. These other teams are going to take just about as many free throws as the Lakers took. That's how they're going to win those games. So me personally, I think if you put the Blazers in that situation, they could potentially come out. If you put the Nuggets, if you put any of these other West teams, the Timberwolves, they potentially come out and win because those teams were horrible at turnovers. One of the worst teams as far as taking care of the ball, and we're horrible at taking free throws. So not only are we giving y'all more possessions to score, but we don't put y'all in foul trouble. We don't make y'all adjust how y'all play defense. Like, none of that. And we don't get free buckets at the lane, but we foul a lot too. So we send y'all to the lane 20 to 30 plus times in a game. Meanwhile, we only getting like 10 free throws. So if you put another team in that situation, they get the dub against the Lakers. Because AD had a marginal game. I mean, he did great on the boards, but they did a great job against AD that game. He was frustrated. Hey, good job, AD. You was frustrated at the offensive end. You didn't pick up a technical. You didn't get ejected from the game, and you stayed relevant on defense. So if you put another team in that situation, they come up and win. So I think personally, because you probably got 5 more games left out of AD before and I'm knocking on wood right now, before he go out. LeBron ain't playing in these games. So
hey, they say AD got a sore throat. He gonna be out for 2 to 3 weeks.
AD got an eyelash stuck in his eye. He out. So I think it's too late. I think it's too late.
Said
because
every time
they're gonna go in, they're not gonna go on a win streak, and even if they do, it's still not gonna be good enough because while they win, the other teams have to lose. It's too much. They have.
But in the West, but that's the thing. In the West, teams have been losing games.
But guess what? It's been like that all season, and the Lakers have yet to be up there though. That's what I'm saying.
But all season, there's a lot of that. And those teams
right,
are
so that's why I'm saying. So if it's been happening all season,
that's what I'm saying. Now that they have these trades, and every team has been losing all season like that. But
the
now
Lakers
that they
still
made this trade, they're a better team. I see them.
They definitely a better team.
They have to win
those close games because it ain't like these teams all season have been blowing the Lakers
have
out the
no
water.
room for error.
Yeah,
they have
but
no
it's
room
also not like the Lakers have been getting blown out of the water either in games.
For every game that they lose, but for every game that they lose and we win, it's making it that much more impossible for them.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. That's every team in the West right now.
No, it's not. It's not. The Lakers,
as long as they continue to win, they won their last game, keep winning. LeBron obviously just waiting on past this little week and a half break, plus the days he got to take off. You know, he got to take he got a long break that he got to take. So he might go play 20 out of the 24 games.
That ain't good enough.
Him
He
and
need to
AD
play
get to play
25
20 out of the 24 together.
They got the
But
Blazers
D'Angelo Russell been an
tomorrow.
every night player.
Look,
Pelicans, and then the Warriors again. The Mavericks, the Grizzlies is not looking pretty for them.
so that's enough. That's enough
Now
on them.
they walking in there. Now they're walking in there with a
we gonna
point.
stay
Now they walking
tuned.
in there with
We gonna stay
they
tuned
point
because
guard
we can say
being
whatever.
D'Angelo Russell.
We just gotta wait and see. We gonna stay
Yeah.
tuned. We gonna come back and
Now they
revisit
walking in
that.
there with I feel like a better team.
Yeah, we're gonna come back and revisit. Let's move on to covering this potential finals matchup we had today. The Grizzlies versus the Celtics. You see the Celtics go in there, no Jaylen Brown, no Marcus Smart. They never had Gallinari, and then somebody else was out this game. But no Jaylen Brown, Malcolm Brogdon. No Malcolm Brogdon, no Jaylen Brown, no Marcus Smart. And they come up with a 10-point win versus the Grizzlies. So shout out to the Grizzlies. Y'all won the game prior to that. We often talk about when y'all losing because y'all put that target on your back. Now we back to, y'all won that game. Now you back to you losing. You played another top tier team and you lost. And you had the one up. You had Steven Adams out. But Steven Adams for your team ain't what JB, Marcus Smart, and Malcolm Brogdon is for that team. Because once again, JT had a tough time only scoring 3 buckets because they weren't able to divert attention. They were able, Dylan Brooks did an amazing job face guarding him. But y'all still didn't win that game, though.
They showing how vulnerable they are. For real.
Like, I don't even see that feistiness when I look at y'all no more. He just out there playing ball. I'm like, look, I don't want you to be deflated player. I want you to have that sauce on it. You just ain't got to do all that yin-yang.
They talked themselves out of a championship.
Yeah.
That's what it seemed like.
A little bit too confident.
How y'all lose to a depleted Celtics team? Like, y'all lost to
with JT only scoring 3 buckets.
This man had less than 20 points. Like, come on, man. Come on. Everybody, what they got? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. In double digits. It was like good team ball. One person ain't go off. And then you got there 2 of their top 5 players out. 3 of their top 5 players, 6 players out.
Yeah, 2 of their top 5 players, and then one additional, not a top 5, but he's a meaningful piece. He's a point guard, a real point guard, and he plays at both ends.
Man. Come on now. But y'all supposed to win. But y'all that deal.
I mean, if you look at it, they got obliterated on the boards by 20, 34, and the Celtics had 54. Then you look at the free throws. They hit 13 out of 21 free throws. The Celtics hit 20 out of 26. Then the three-pointers. They let the Celtics hit 21 three-pointers.
They let them shoot out the gym. That's what they let them do.
But it's funny because the Celtics made 3 less field goals than the Grizzlies.
Them threes add up, though.
They did. Them threes and them free throws and them boards. So they got to do better defensively. So, but enough on that. Hopefully the Grizzlies do the damn Lakers.
They can't get that penetrating kick. Was nice.
So, all right, well, we got a little time left. I want to leave us a meaningful amount of time to do this last little bid. Go on and take us into this last little bid, Teddy.
Luka and Kyrie finally touched court together. They come up short, but it was against a good Kings team. Kings are a good team.
I don't want no damn butt. They came up short. Leave it at that. Ain't no but. It was against a good. Hey,
They
Quill.
came up short against a good team.
What's up with your mans? Get your mans, bro.
The numbers was actually pretty decent. I'm surprised that they had similar numbers. I thought one person was gonna have way more than the other. And I was actually kind of impressed. I got to see a little bit of the game, so got to see a little bit of the game, so I'm not too worried. Not too worried. Luka said in the post game, like, yeah, I gotta know when to get the ball up. Should have gave the ball to Kyrie. Like, let Kyrie do what he's here to do. You know, he hot. Let him shoot. I think Kyrie is a better shooter. A better 3-point shooter at least. You know, should have let Kyrie take that shot. So it's a learning experience. It's gonna take some time. Luckily for us, unlike the Lakers, we have a little more wiggle room to kind of experiment and figure each other out.
Hey, bro. Hey, Quill, I'm not taking no but. These the same Kings that y'all played the night before in the same arena, and y'all beat them by 12, I think.
You got two isolated players.
Y'all beat them by 8.
Quarter at the same
That's
time.
the same team. And then you get your best player back, play them the next night, and you lose. I think it's ironic because with no Luka, you were winning. Luka came back and you lost. Now, what I'm noticing is Kyrie is playing a big facilitation role. He's had around 10 assists a game since he's joined there. But I noticed last night Luka ain't had that many assists. I think Kyrie had either around the same or a little bit more assists than Luka had. So I think you starting to see how they gonna kind of butt. You had amazing plays, but they're butting.
I mean,
that's
their
gonna
numbers
limit
was
their
pretty
production.
similar. Their numbers was pretty similar, but
Right,
you know,
but
you got
Luka's
two
numbers, you know, if there's no Kyrie, Luka's numbers are better than that.
Oh yeah, of course. But you got another isolated player, though. Person that creates his
But
own shot.
also adding Luka on that court takes away another defender. So we can't just talk about the offense. When you add him, it takes away another defender. Where you had in the other games a younger body, probably somebody that's not so offensively focused and that's out there looking to earn a check. Luka out there still trying to navigate air traffic. And now you see. So I'm not saying that y'all are bust, but I'm saying that it is ironic that you all were winning. We're not gonna be like, oh, that's a good Kings team, but that's the same good Kings team you beat the night before, literally without Luka.
Adjustments.
Yeah.
Coming back and coming to Sabonis as a MVP candidate. It's hard.
Bro, you can go look at the Kings stats. They had similar stats. It wasn't like De'Aaron Fox had a horrible night. So they just gotta find a way not to butt, but they need to find a way to play defense with Luka out there. Because now with no Dorian Finney-Smith, Luka don't have that backup that he used to have. That was y'all best perimeter defender.
Yeah, you lose the game.
So I'm just eager to see what they look like after
in the clutch moments, having people that you know you can trust and being able to play together.
Exactly.
And people that you've played together with, him and Kyrie haven't played together. So that same scenario, if they played the first 40, 50 games together.
So this don't mean by far that y'all doomed
that differently.
Nah, I ain't where we going with this. This ain't where we going with that. I'm just saying, I was eager to see their first game together, and that was their first game, and they lost to a team they just beat. And I'm like, hey.
I like the numbers, though. So.
Yeah.
I like it's pretty similar numbers.
Y'all know what it is. It's the end of the episode. Hope y'all enjoyed what y'all got with these facts, opinions, and BS with your boys Deuce, Eddie, and LaQuell. Hey, make sure y'all drop, like, comment, subscribe. Hey, if you watching, please just like, comment, and subscribe. It takes an extra 0.2. So do it. Fucks with us because we fuck with you. We out. Top of the key. Get at it.
Hit the alert button. Hit the bell so every time we post that thing pop up in on your notifications, man. Hit that. Subscribe to the page, man. Do that.
Hope you patch shit up with God, cause we gon' bless you. Let it burn, you gon' get it back. These just my confession. Stay in traffic, can't get picked off like no shit and duck. Keep one in the tuck. Wife be mad, but bet she still gon'